Warner Brothers owns the trademark to Tasmanian Devil and sued a fishing company for 8 years to stop them from using the name of Tasmania's own native animal. The whole legal mess started when Warner Brothers brought their cartoon character back in the 90s and decided to aggressively protect their property rights. They went after a local Tasmanian bait company that was making fishing lures called the Tasmanian Devil. Now think about that for a second. You know, a Hollywood studio telling Tasmanians they can't use the name of an animal that's been living on their island for thousands of years. Warner Brothers executives reportedly had to be explained that the Tasmanian Devil is actually a real animal, not just something their animators made up. Those real animals that inspired the cartoon weren't named for how they look, but for the sounds they make. Early European settlers heard these piercing screams in the dark and called them devils before they ever actually saw one clearly. What's interesting is the native people had the exact same reaction. The word Puranina means evil spirit in the native language. Two completely different cultures heard the same blood-curdling vocalizations and both immediately thought, evil spirit. These marsupials have one of the most brutal breeding systems in nature. After just 21 days of pregnancy, mothers give birth to around 40 babies, each about the size of a grain of rice. Those tiny things have to crawl from the birth canal up to the pouch, where there are only 4 nipples waiting for them. It's first come, first served, and if you don't get a nipple, you're just out of luck. The other 36 babies don't make it. It's survival of the fittest before they're even the size of your thumb. The devils used to live all across mainland Australia until about 3,500 years ago when dingoes were introduced and outcompeted them. Tasmania became their last refuge because dingoes never made it to that island. But even there, humans nearly wiped them out with bounty programs starting in 1830. Farmers blamed them for killing livestock and paid good money for dead devils. Males were worth a certain number of pennies, females were worth more. Now they're facing their biggest threat yet, and it's something that almost never happens in nature. They have a cancer that spreads from animal to animal through biting. And since devils bite each other constantly as part of their social behavior, it spreads like wildfire. The tumors grow so large on their faces they can't eat, and they starve to death. This has crashed their population from around 150,000 just a few years ago down to about 20,000 today. There's a small population showing some natural immunity, which gives hope that evolution may solve this problem the same way it always has, if we just let it work instead of trying to engineer our way into it.